we will be learning how to solve a 2x2 with the beginner's method. And as always, I'd recommend writing down all the steps and algorithms on a piece of paper and using that as a reference until you've memorized all the steps and algorithms. So let's get started. So before we do anything, I have to mix this up, which I'll do really quickly. Okay, so now for the first step, we must pick a color. So it doesn't matter what color. For this video, let's just choose white. And now what we want to do is we want to solve the white side. So unlike a 3x3, this cube does not have a center, so it doesn't matter what face we start with. So let's just start with this face and try to get all the white pieces on this side and solved correctly. So we can flip this to the bottom, and now let's try to find some other white edge pieces on the top layer. And we can see we have one here but its colors are green and orange. And we know it does not belong here because if it did belong here, then it would have to match up with blue. It doesn't belong here because none of its colors are red. And since green is the opposite of blue, like on a Rubik's Cube, and orange is the opposite of red, it would belong like in the opposite corner. So that might be a little hard to see at first, but as you do more and more solves, you won't have to memorize it. It'll just be natural. So what we can do here is an insertion algorithm to insert this into here. So this algorithm goes as follows. It goes as R, U, R, U, I. So we just do that until this is facing how it should face. So let's do that. And now it is facing the white side. So we have two white pieces. Now we just need to get the other two in the correct spots. So now we flip it so that it's white's on the bottom. And now we can see that this is a white edge piece, and this time it's green and red. So it belongs in between the green and red white pieces. And so this white piece is green, and this white piece is red on its side. So that means this piece since it's red and green, it belongs in the middle, like in between. So what we do is we bring it above its spot and keep it to the right, and we do R, U, R, U, I, and just keep doing that until it's facing how it should face. Now we can see that we have inserted another white piece, and as you can see, these are in their correct spots because their colors on the side all match. And now we only have one more piece, and since these are all in the correct spot, this belongs here. So we can just do our algorithm, R, U, R, U, I. And now we can see that we have solved the white side, and we can check by seeing that these colors all match. So that's it for the first step. So now the second step in solving a 2x2 involves solving the top layer of the opposite color of the side in which you have chosen to solve first. So we chose to solve the white side in this video, and the opposite of white on a Rubik's Cube is yellow, which means we will have to flip the cube over and put white on the bottom and try to solve the yellow side. So what we do for this step is we turn it so that we keep it so that the side we solved is on the top, and then we look in the front bottom right corner and we see if the piece is oriented correctly. So for example, if we had it like this, then you can see that this yellow piece is oriented correctly because yellow is supposed to be facing the bottom. And if it's oriented correctly, you just turn it the bottom clockwise, And now this piece is also oriented correctly, so we turn it clockwise. This piece is not oriented correctly because it should be facing this way, but it's not. So what we do here is we do R, U, R, I, U, I. And we just do that until this is facing the bottom. So, alright, so now it's facing the bottom. And what we do here, we can see that it looks like we've messed up the white side, but we don't need to worry about that. What we need to do is we just turn the bottom clockwise until we find a yellow edge piece that's not facing the bottom. And we just do our algorithm. R, U, R, I, U, I. R, U, R, I, U, I. So there I had to do it 2 times, but now I have all the yellows on the bottom and the white side is still solved. So that's it for this step. Now our next step involves solving these corner pieces. As you can see, these 2 corner pieces are not in their correct spot, and this piece should technically be here because this color is orange and I used to match with this. And this piece should be here because this is red and red needs to match with red. So there are 2 possible cases for this, like with the 3x3. And one of the cases is if you already have a solved pair of corners, like you can see here. These 2, this would be considered a solved pair because you can see how the colors are matching. These 2 are not a solved pair because these are not matching. These are not matching, these are not matching. So what you do is if you have a solved pair, you match it up with its side. So just match that up with the green side. Now we keep it to the left of us, and we keep yellow on the top, white on the bottom, and we do the following algorithm. We do R, U, U, R, I, U, I, R, U, U, L, I, U, R, I, U, I, L. And that should solve the 2x2. Now for the other case. Another case that you could have gotten for this step would be is if you look around the yellow side and you cannot find a solved pair of corners anywhere. So what you do for this step is, it doesn't matter how you orient the yellow layer, you just do the algorithm from before. You just do it once. So R, U, U, R, I, U, I, R, U, U, L, I, U, R, I, U, I, L. So once you do it once, you can look around and you will find a solved pair of corners this time. So what you do is you line it up with the side and you just do the algorithm. So now you should have solved the 2x2. So with enough practice in this method, you should be able to get around 30 seconds. If not, a little more or less is fine. So there is another method to solve the 2x2, which I have not gone over at all in this video, and that will be shown in a later video.